You need to get on SoFi ASAP. And that's because SoFi at the moment is currently paying people thousands just to open a high yield savings account. And then they'll pay you even more money just to tell your friends and family and acquaintances to open their account, and they get some free money, right? So they make money, and then you make money for having told them to go make money. So everybody makes money, right? So there's virtually no reason why you should not get on board with this, especially when I show you how you're missing out on some really serious benefits that you're probably not getting the opportunity to take advantage of with what you're using as an alternative to SoFi or other companies like SoFi. Now, even better than all that, I'm even more interested in the massive opportunity that currently exists right now with SoFi to make guaranteed passive income on your money just sitting in their account, thanks to the high yield interest earned on that money that you have sitting in their account. Because this is an interest rate that you get through them that I can assure you that you're not getting with your current brick and mortar bank. Okay. Now, if you do decide that you want to get on board with SoFi, I have a link. It's going to be the first link in the description below this video. When you click on that link, it will take you to a page that looks like this one right here. It has my name. Christian wants you to get $325 and pay no account fees. Okay. Now, if you see a different name there, it's probably because maybe I'm helping somebody else try to, make some, referrals with their money, but you'll have that right there. And when you sign up, you will have a link that is unique to you that has a page that looks just like this one right here that will have your name. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because if you go directly to SoFi.com, okay, and open an account there because for whatever reason you don't want me to have the commission or so, which is totally fine, you will not get that full 325, right? So look at this. If you go there directly to their account, directly to the SoFi website, all you'll be able to get is $300. So you'll miss out on that virtually guaranteed $25. So if you use my link, that's a special link. Full disclosure, that is my referral link, right? If I did not make that clear before. But this is at no additional cost to you. If anything, it is at a benefit to you, because with my link, you'll be able to make $325, right? Whereas if you go directly to SoFi.com, you'll get $300 when you hit certain thresholds. Okay. So having that in mind, make sure you use my link, first link in the description below this video. Okay. Now, if you're joining me for the first time, my name is Christian. Welcome to my channel. I am Christian M, the place where I decided to document my journey to financial independence in a manner that anybody watching can try to replicate the areas in which I have success. Okay. Now, I know financial independence can mean different things to different people, but for our purposes, what we're simply looking to do is get to the point where we are generating enough in passive income to cover our day-to-day living expenses. Okay. And now I'm talking about real, true passive income where you do not have to work anymore for the rest of your life once you get to that point. Okay. I'm not talking about like some of these passive income things that are thrown around. The term is thrown around pretty carelessly, and those are not true passive income sources, because if you stop doing the thing that is generating the quote unquote passive income, then the money is eventually going to dry up. What we're looking to do here is generate real passive income that does not require you to work for the rest of your life if you do not want to do that. Okay. All right. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's go over the different things that I'm going to share with you in this video. Okay. So speaking of SoFi, I'm going to tell you what we're going to cover what SoFi is. Okay. And we're going to go over some of their benefits on why you should consider opening an account with them, right? How they're paying the money that they're paying, okay, and what exactly they're paying, so how that's going to benefit you. And I'm going to show you how you can make $25 guaranteed within an hour of after having watched this video, and also how you can make $100 within 24 hours, $100 or more within 24 hours of watching this video. Then after that, I'm going to show you how you can make $10,000 with SoFi. All right. And lastly, my favorite, how you can make passive income from the high yield interest that your money earns just from sitting inside the high yield savings account that SoFi provides. Okay. Now, if all these kind of things are things that are of interest to you, please make sure that you go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you're notified every single time I release a new video. Okay? So, SoFi. What is SoFi? All right. So they're basically a personal finance online company, right? Like a financial services company, an online bank in essence, right? And they've been around since 2011. Okay, so they're not one of these here today, gone tomorrow type companies, right? They are solid. They are like a 16, 17, 18 billion dollar company, right? So they're not going around. They're not going anywhere, right? And the good thing about them, right? As far as let me just highlight some of the benefits, okay, like just on the surface level, some of the benefits that you could be that you're looking to get at with SoFi. I did mention earlier that they have paid out like a good they're paying people thousands, right? And up till now they've paid like a good $20 million plus so far. Okay, so here are some of the benefits. Okay. If you look here, these are just on the surface. So I mentioned the high yield savings, right? 4% APY on your savings account, and then 0.5% on your checking account. That's huge now, because considering your typical brick and mortar bank on your checking account, they usually charge you money to maintain that checking account. These days it's usually around like $5 per month or something like that. SoFi does not have that. Okay. They don't pay any fees, no account fees whatsoever, right? There's no minimum balances, no monthly fees, plus, 55,000, plus fee-free ATMs at all point networks. So you can actually get money through ATMs. They will send you a debit card, by the way, when you open the account. Okay. They also have a credit card that you can apply for if you want to, but I'm not particularly interested in that right now for the purposes of what I'm sharing in this video. And then they do have this thing where they'll pay you, early payday. Feel the magic of a payday up to 2 days earlier after you set up direct deposit. Okay. And then here's the other big thing, with your typical brick and mortar banks, your usual insurance, right? FDIC insurance is usually up to 250,000. Well, with SoFi, they will, their deposits with SoFi are insured for up to an additional $2 million, right? FDIC insured for $2 million through a network of participating partner banks. Okay. So like I mentioned, this is a safe company, right? You don't have to worry about like your money disappearing or anything like that. All right. So that's SoFi and some of their benefits on the surface. The one thing that I should mention is that this is only going to be for people that are U.S. citizens or residents, right? People that are residents, you have to live in the United States to be able to take advantage of this, or at least have accounts here in the United States. So that's one thing that I should mention right off the bat. Okay. Now, how are they able to pay all this money that they pay, including like those extreme, like the high interest rates, right? And all these bonuses and all these, referral bonuses and all this stuff that they're paying that I'll cover later on in the video. Actually, in just a little bit is, well, they don't have a physical presence, right? They're not like an online brick and mortar bank like the likes of Wells Fargo, Chase, and what's the other big one out there? Bank of America, right? Or Citigroup. They don't have physical locations. So they don't have like these huge, rent bills or mortgages to pay for their, the buildings that they have, that they own or rent, right? They don't need to keep lights on and all that type of stuff, right? So their costs are significantly lower, which is what they are able to in turn use to pay you a little bit more, you the customer, with interest, right? So SoFi here is paying up to 4% interest, whereas at your brick and mortar bank right now, interest rates are somewhere in between 0.01% all the way through like maybe 0.04%. Okay. So, I mean, that is the difference. The difference is massive, right? Like if you had like $10,000 sitting in your regular brick and mortar bank, right, with those kind of interest rates, after 1 year, that $10,000 on the high end of the 0.04, you would have only made about $4. Whereas with something like SoFi, that same $10,000 just sitting in the account after 1 year would make you more like $400. Okay, so that is definitely something to keep in mind. Now, as far as what they're paying, right, that money that I mentioned that they are paying thousands and now they've paid millions, right, just to open an account, right? So this is what I was showing you earlier, right? Like, you know, if you refer a friend to all these different products that they have, they'll pay you $50. You know, like they have like investing stuff, student loan refinancing, they'll pay you up to $1,000 for that, right? They'll pay you $50 just to get, to have someone open up like an they have the investing in their app as well. Right, personal loans, they'll pay you to refer people to get student loans up to 500. SoFi checking and savings, which is what we're more focused on here to make that $25 and $100 that I told you about, right? And then credit score monitoring and all that type of stuff. So that's really those of all these different ones, what we are more focused on in terms of making that, you know, a lot of that money that I told you about, like within an hour after this video and 24 hours after this video. What you want to pay more attention to and focus on, which will benefit, which will be of most interest to most people, is referring people to open up their SoFi checking and savings accounts, right? Like when you open up a savings account with SoFi, you will automatically be given a checking account. So it's just one, you just fill out the form, one time you'll get a savings account and you'll get a checking account, alongside with it right away. Okay. Now, one of so this is where I was talking about, because speaking of like the payments, right? How you could make $25 virtually guaranteed, right, within an hour after watching this video. If you click that first link in the description below this video, like I mentioned earlier, right, you'll be taken to a page just like this one, okay, to open your account, right, and you just click on claim bonus, right, you click on that, and it will take you through this whole process right here to make sure you're confirming that you're human, right? So you'll just check out the box, fill out your information, and go forward. Okay, this is a real bank, so you're going to need your social security number, right? This is not like a toy. It's a real bank. Okay, so go through that application process, and just for doing that, when you go through the application, as you go through the sign up process, right? There will come a point where they will tell you to fund your account, right? And there's two ways you can do it. You can do it with, connecting your current existing bank account to your SoFi account, so you can transfer bank to bank via, bank to bank ACH transfer. But you don't want to do that method, otherwise you're not going to get that money quickly, right? What you want to do is use the other option they'll give you, which is to use your currently existing bank issued debit card to deposit $50. You just need to deposit $50 into your account, and in my case, it took about 15 to 20 minutes when I did it, and you will get that $25 bonus within 20 minutes, right, of opening your account. And I will log into my account and show you proof, okay, show you proof of when that amount of money came into my account, right? So do that. Make sure don't use like a prepaid Visa card and all these other things. It has to be a bank issued debit card. Okay, let me make that very clear. So that's how you can make $25, virtually guaranteed. Okay. And by the way, when you put that $50 in your account, you can take it right back out. You can send the $25 and the bonus right back to your your regular bank if you want to do that. But I would not advise that, only because one of the biggest reasons why we're opening this SoFi account is so that we can take advantage of that high yield interest. So if I were you, I would keep that in your SoFi savings account, so that you can begin to accrue compounding interest, and I'll go over that later on in the video. Okay, So that's how you can make that $25. And by the way, bear in mind, they will send you a debit card in the mail, which you can use to swipe anywhere and get cash back and all that type of stuff if you want to get access to money more quickly, right? Access the money more quickly, okay? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Now, as far as how you can make $100, right? Every time you refer somebody to open a SoFi account, right? They will give you a $75 referral bonus, okay, or an affiliate commission, basically. So if you go out and tell, like, I know all of you, if you have friends or spouses, family members, whatever the case may be, right? If you open your account, you get your $25, right? If you go tell your spouse, significant other, whoever, as an example, right, or friends, family, right, to open, if you just tell one of them to do the same thing, they'll get $25 for free, right? And then you'll get $75 for having told them to open their account, okay? So it's a win-win for both of you, right? And the incentive is there for the other people to open their account because they're getting $25 for free, okay? Now, if you're doing it with, let's just say, for example, with your spouse, make sure that you do not open as, do not open joint accounts, okay? You as an individual, you open yours, you get your $25 once you deposit $50 in there, then get your spouse, right? Tell them to do the same thing. They'll get $25, right? And then you'll get an additional $75 for having referred them, right? So that's $100 that you've already made. And then she or he has made $25, okay? So between the two of you, right off the bat, that's $125 that you're made. Now, if she or he wants to do the same thing, they can go to, refer their other people, their other friends and other people, and you can both be making money, right? And you can tell your kids that are of age, same thing, tell your friends. And of course, it's up to you. Like, the more people, the more friends, the more people that you tell, the more money you're going to make. It's that simple. So if you can just find if you know 10 people, right, that's $750 right there, or 13 people, you'd be making roughly $1,000, right? Just like that, okay? So that's how you can make that $100 within 24 hours of having watched this video. I know you know at least one person that you can reach out to do the same thing, right? So you will make your 25 guaranteed, and then tell one person to sign up, and then that's $75 coming your way, and that's $100 that you can make. And now if you want to make more, tell more people, okay? Now, let's go over to the part of how you can make $10,000, right? Now, the $10,000 comes into play for the fact that they limit how much you can make per year, right? So every year you can, in each calendar year, you can make up to $10,000. So if you know it's like about 133 people, somewhere like that, once you hit that number, that's $10,000 that you can make. Once the year is over, right, you can do it again, make another $10,000. So it's $10,000 per calendar year that you can make, okay? Now, on top of the $25, now you remember I told you how you can make 25 and how you can make 100 and how you can make 10,000 or so. On top of that $25 welcome bonus, right? Remember earlier on in the video I showed you how you can make $300, right? If you use my referral link, $300 on top of that $25, right? So this is how you go about doing that, okay? There are certain thresholds that you have to hit, okay, in order to get that. So first and foremost, to take advantage of that 4%, okay, to take advantage of that 4%, that's at the time of this recording, right, because the interest rates can change, but like to take advantage of it now, you need to set up direct deposit. If you don't set up direct deposit, you will only make 0.50% on your checking account and 1.2% on your savings account, okay? That 1.2% on your savings account is still way higher than what you're making at your current brick and mortar bank. So if you just have your money sitting there in your savings, like where it's an emergency fund and all that, That money is just there sitting, and it's actually losing value, right? If you take into consideration inflation and all that type of stuff. That money that you have sitting there, put it inside your SoFi high yield savings account. And it doesn't have to be SoFi. SoFi is just who I've come across that I love and I'm telling you about. You can use any other high yield savings account that you know of out there if you know of one, but I'm just telling you about the one that I know, that I like, that I love, that works for me. And that's why I'm recommending it to you with all the other benefits that they have, okay? You need to set up direct deposit, okay, in order to take advantage of that full 4%. And what qualifies as a direct deposit is got to be coming from an employer. Now, you don't have to send your entire paycheck here if you don't want to. You can just send a tiny portion, right? Keep it going to where you already have it going if that's what you want to do. But just have a little bit coming here, right? And it's got to be a qualified direct deposit. So it's got to come from an employer, right? That includes pension plans, payroll provider, benefits provider, other government entities like Social Security, right? Things that will not qualify as direct deposits are ACH deposits, such as like check deposits, peer-to-peer, like, you know, from PayPal, Venmo, merchant transactions from PayPal, Stripe, Square, all that stuff, and bank ACH transfers from one bank to another. So that's not going to count. It's got to come from an employer. If you are not employed, right, if you're not working for for a company that pays you, like if you're not a W-2 employee, like in my case, right, what you can do to have direct deposit, because I found out like this morning, and I'll show you proof of it later as we progress in the video. I found out that, as an affiliate, I'm an affiliate. Like one of the companies that I do affiliate marketing for is a company called clickbank.com, right? And they sell, is like one of the biggest marketplaces for digital products, okay? So I just set up my direct deposit because before I was getting paid direct deposit from ClickBank, right? I switched it from my business account with Bank of America. I switched it to SoFi this morning, and I saw that my interest rate changed from that 1.2% to 4%. Okay. So that is something that you can do. And if you want more, just let me know in the comments. I'll teach you how to make money with selling digital products on a ClickBank. Okay. If you've never heard of them, just go to clickbank.com. All right. Clickbank.com. This is where it is. And go ahead and start where it says start here. Go ahead and create an account. It's free. They will maybe try to sell you some training and all that. Ignore all that stuff. You don't need to buy any of that training. Just sign up for an account so that you can, you can buy the training if you want to, but there is, you don't necessarily have to, right? As long we're just looking to see if we can make a little bit of money so that we can set up direct deposit. If you're somebody that does not have a W-2 job, right? If you're self-employed, and maybe you have whoever's paying you with whatever you do, as long as they're an employer and they have some form of direct deposit, set it up with SoFi checking, you will be able to get that full 4%. Okay. So this is the inside of my ClickBank account right here. You can see where I just recently changed my direct deposit, right? You can see this notification here showing that I changed it. And this is how much I've been paid recently. So this is my most recent paycheck with ClickBank right here, $174.92. So let me go ahead and log into my SoFi account and show you that direct deposit payment that hit just this morning. Okay, so we're back. I went ahead and logged in. I didn't want to have you sit through me going through the process of logging into my account and waste your time there. So as you can see right here, this is my SoFi. This is inside my SoFi account. You can see here on the right hand corner, that's me, Christian, that I've logged in. And you can see right here from ClickBank right there. That was my direct deposit from ClickBank for $174.92. And this is the paycheck that I just got here, $174.92. Okay, so I can show you. Just let me know in the comments if you're interested, and we'll start. I'll show you how to start making money selling digital products on ClickBank. Okay, so that will be your means of getting your direct deposit, so much so that you can get that full that 4%. Now, as I was that was kind of long-winded showing you all this little process, but let's get back to how you can get that full $300 bonus. Okay, so You've seen, and I had to show you this because this is part of the requirement to get that $300 bonus, right? So once you got your direct deposit set up, right, from the day that you have your direct deposit set up, okay, there will be a promotion period going for 25 calendar days. Okay, so this is not business days, just regular calendar days, 25 days. So from my first direct deposit hit today, and I've got 25 calendar days from today to hit these thresholds right here in order to get that $300 bonus. Okay, so through direct deposits, right, if you deposit anywhere from $1 to 990, $1,999.99, basically less than $1,000, you will not get any cash tier bonus. So right now I'm not eligible for any of that because I only deposited direct deposited 170, it was like $174. Okay, if you deposit anywhere from $1,000 to $4,999.99, so basically anything equal to or greater than $1,000 or less than $5,000, you will get $50. If you deposit anything equal to or greater than $5,000, you will get that full $300 bonus. Okay, so that's what I was explaining earlier. If you go directly to SoFi.com and sign up, you will only be able to get these cash bonuses when you hit these thresholds with your direct deposits. Okay, so for me to get that $300, I've got it through my direct deposit with ClickBank, for example. I've got to deposit $5,000 or more within 25 days. Am I going to be able to do that? I don't know. We'll find out, but I will share that with you on this channel. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you do that so we can see that journey and how I'm trying to make that money on a ClickBank. Okay, so that is basically how you do that. But if you use my link, like I mentioned, first link in the description below this video, you'll be able to get this $300 cash tier bonus if you hit these thresholds. But for sure, even if you don't hit the thresholds, you will at least be guaranteed to get that additional $25 welcome bonus that I talked about earlier. Okay, now while we're here, let's go ahead and look inside my SoFi account so I can show you proof of these bonuses that they offer. Okay, so if I scroll all the way down to the beginning of my account right here, you can see here where I funded my account with with my debit card. Okay, and I put $50 in my account, and then right after that, the same day, right, I got a $25 welcome bonus right there. Okay, and then here is an example of a referral bonus right here for somebody that I referred, okay, to sign up for SoFi. All right, so that is proof of that. Now, if you want to get your own link, right, your own link that you're going to share with other people so that they too, whether you want to share it on social media, wherever the case may be, share it with other people so that they too, so that you too can get those referral bonuses. Right here you'll see something that says get $75. Click on that, and this link right here, okay, so get $75 when you refer a friend, right, and they'll get $25 too when they deposit, like they've got to deposit $50. So here is this is, right here, friends must fund with a minimum of $50, right? Funds must settle within 21 days. To refer friends, you must have an existing SoFi checking and savings account. So there's no two ways around it. You have to be a SoFi customer in order to share this with friends and family or whoever you're sharing it with, right, in order to get these $75 commissions, right? So that $10,000, if you refer, let me see if I can find my calculator. I believe it's like 133 people or so, right? So if you do 133 people times 75, it'll be 9,975 plus that $25 welcome bonus that I told you about if you use my link in the description below, and that will give you your $10,000 that you can make per year. All right, so that's all of that. Now lastly, let's go ahead and take a look at my favorite aspect of this whole thing with with SoFi. Okay, it is basically this aspect of the 4% interest rate that you can make, all right? The 4% interest on your money, okay? So if you have money sitting right now inside your regular brick and mortar bank, right? Money that you've saved, and it's just sitting there, it's not making you any money, right? Whereas if you kept it inside your SoFi account, and what I'm looking to do and what I would encourage you to do is you can take, let's just say you made all those referrals, right? Within a year, you're able to accumulate $10,000. That's going to be sitting there as your savings, emergency fund, saving for a house, whatever the case may be. Or if you already have $10,000, right, that you want to put in there, or even more, put in there. This is the kind of money that you would stand to make versus the money that you're not making right now. Okay, so if you had $10,000, you're not contributing, and let's just say you're not contributing anything. We're just to show you, just for numbers' sake, 0. But you should be, try to contribute every month, like for your savings. After 1 year, the estimated interest rate is 4%. You would end up making, and SoFi, by the way, they compound monthly. All right, they compound monthly. But let's just, for the sake of for simple purposes, even if they only compounded annually, this is how much you would make. Okay. What did I miss here? Okay, let's do that. Let's try that again. $10,000 initial investment. All right. Monthly contribution 0, length of time 1 year, estimated interest rate 4%, okay, and let's see, compounded annually, and this calculating, this is how much you would have. You'd have $10,400. So you would have made $400 if it was compounded monthly, like SoFi does. They compound monthly, okay. You basically make, $10,000. You'd make $407.42, okay? And that continues to compound year after year after year. I mean, like, as long, and here's my thing, like, if you keep that in there, you take the interest, you can take that interest, whatever the interest is, and just either leave it in there to continue compounding, right? Or you can take it and reinvest it into the stock market or other places, whatever you want to do, right? But this is the beauty right here, right? This is the biggest, this is where over time, right? Over time, you're going to make tons, you're going to make so much more money, right? But of course, you don't want to put all your money in here. The good thing is SoFi does have an investing app as well, so that you can also invest into, into the stock market, buying, stocks, ETFs, and all that type of stuff. Okay. So this is where a lot of your money is going to be made. Now, that is basically it in a nutshell in terms of what is available, what's possible with SoFi. I would highly encourage you to go ahead and get started, take advantage and make some of this money. All right, in 2025, I'm looking to, without necessarily having to put my own money in there. I mean, of course, if I have like I'm actually going to be trying to put as much, how they say you should try to have like 3 to 6 months of emergency funds inside your SoFi, inside your savings account. That's what I'm going to be looking to try to build, and I'm going to be keeping mine inside my SoFi account, and I'm going to show you when I do have that money, as I'm building it, right? I will show you. I'll do update videos and show you that I'm putting my mouth I'm putting where my, what is that saying? Putting my money where my mouth is, or something like that. Something like that, yeah. And I'm essentially going to be looking to build this up to, if think about it, if you can get this up to like 30,000, and on that 4%, you would be making roughly $100 a month. All right. So after 1 year, you would have $1,200, 22. So basically, that's over 12 months. That's $100 a month, right? And then you can take that $100 and buy some stocks and reinvest that even more, that type of stuff. So that's gonna be my ultimate. I'm gonna try to get 6 months of savings. Savings in my case, I can survive on $2,500, right? So 6 months worth of living expenses on $2,500, that's like 15,000, right? If I'm living in a more expensive place, like where I would like to move to, okay, that's more like 5,000, right? So I would need to have that full 30,000, right? That full $30,000 if I wanted to have 6 months worth of living expenses for the more expensive place that I would like to move to if I could. Okay. All right, so that's these, you can play around with this. These are all numbers that you can look at, but if I would highly encourage you to open up a SoFi account if you want to start getting your money working for you. All right, and then you can take advantage of all these extra bonuses and start building, an extra side income right there. Okay, any comments, questions, or suggestions, leave them in the comment section below. And don't forget, to sign up for your SoFi account, it's going to be the first link in the description below this video. Thank you ever so much for taking the time to watch this video. I highly doubt that anybody really watched this entire video up to this point, but hey, if you are one of the few, my goodness, you're a trooper, because we're at what, 35 minutes plus. I know I'm probably speaking to nobody right now, but if you are one of those that made it this far, let me know in the comments that you are one of those, high, long attention span people, right? Because you really could have been anywhere else in the world, but you are here spending time with me, and for that, I am highly appreciative. I really appreciate it. Thank you ever so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I will catch you in my next one. Ciao.